Hello, can you guys hear me? Awesome. This one came without warning, so I'll give people a little bit of time to show up. Hey guys, it's another cozy stream. It's been sort of raining here in Tokyo. Becky's once again at Japanese class. Until these lonesomes started happening, I'm not sure how many people knew how often Becky's at class. She's been hard learning Japanese. Hey buddy. She is quite the nerd. Little Hyogs. And you know, just like any gamer, I have my obsessions. The show goes through these periods of onslaughts of episodes, especially when I get an obsession. I try to embrace it because I know that you guys like shows, and I like to do shows when I'm super excited about something, which is Magic. I'm getting obsessed with. I've always liked collectible card games, even though I never really cared about the collectible part of it. I'll give people some time to show up while I pet Hugo. How you doing, pal? You know, Magic's like the ultimate roguelike. Especially now that it's when you put it into a free-to-play format. When it was the ultimate pay-to-win before. Hey, bud. It was the ultimate pay-to-win when it was just a collectible card game. The paper game was always the original pay-to-win, kind of. Buddy. But once you make it free to play, it's like the ultimate roguelike. Every run, you never know what you're gonna get, and yeah, that's why I love Draft. I'm gonna get some water into me. Oh, where the heck did my water go, buddy? Where'd my water go? Oh, there it is. It's right there. You little butt. He's happy because all night he was begging for me to wake up. Oh, God, man, I don't even know what to do about Hugo. It feels like he's had less anxiety lately. After Rediger died, he seemed to have a lot of stress and anxiety, and I accepted it. It feels like that's gotten better, but now he's just like, he's still just as demanding as ever, though. Like, at night when he wants you up and petting him, you better get the fuck up. It's annoying, but kitty ownership. Thought I was done with this game, but back in it thanks to you, sir, says DJ Warrior. Six Sticks says these lonesomes are always nice during the holiday season. Yeah, I think so too. Welcome to the pre-show, everybody. It's funny, I keep joking that everybody should tell Wizards that they're getting, or whoever runs Magic now. It's Wizards of the Coast, right? But they got bought by Hasbro? Anyways, I keep joking that they should tell them that they're getting back into the game because of me, so I can pick up one of those sweet sponsorships. But it's funny, Magic was one of the original companies to contact us about a sponsorship. It never ended up going ahead. It was way, way back after I guess they saw my original Magic show. And somebody from Wizards contacted saying, like, we saw it and wondering if you might be interested in doing something. A lot of these things that, like, this happens all the time and stuff just doesn't work out. Like, they move on. The team that was, like, wanting to start the initiative or something, marketing decides to do something else, or, you know, whatever. So it never ended up happening, but it was one of the earliest companies to ever contact us thinking about doing something. And it would have been the first sponsorship had it gone through. That would have been interesting. It would have been fun, because it's one of my earliest obsessions, Magic. Little Hughes. Hello, Regiboro. So, just in the pre-show here, waiting for people to show up. Can somebody keep me, I don't have it open, so can somebody keep me updated on the tally? Usually I like to start the show when about 30 to 40 people have gotten here. Usually that takes about 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't give a warning for this. 28? That's pretty good. I'll give it a little bit more. Oh, Hugo. You know what I've been thinking about doing is playing... What's it called? The game I was playing that's all pixely and it's cozy. We played a few episodes of it. Why do I forget what it's called? It's like one word. Eastward. Yes. It's weird. Anyways, I don't know. It's like... I want to keep playing that game, but I also don't think that I have the ability to keep voice acting it. Because the characters, while they're really interesting on screen, there's a lot of them, and a lot of them have similar personalities. So unlike a Phoenix Wright show, it's really hard to voice act that. You're constantly encountering yet another person who, I think you talk like this, or like, you know, or is another old guy. Like, you know, it's unlike Undertale, where also Undertale's amazing because every character is so distinct. And there's not a lot of, you know, there's not a huge amount of characters. There's a lot of enemies, but I think that's one of the things that made me not go back to it immediately. Well, the fact that we had Undertale going. Probably before we were to go back to Eastward, we would go back to Lisa, the Painful RPG. And we've been planning that for a while. I mean, we've been planning on going back ever since we stopped playing Lisa, the Painful RPG. It just had its issues on PC with controller, and at the time, I don't remember, but it, like, other things came out and it kind of fell by the side. But I'd always intended on going back to that. But, yeah, like, I want to kind of play Eastward on my own, but it feels like a waste, you know, not to play it on the show. But I also really don't know that I have the energy to do, like, voice acted shows either of that game in particular, when I've already got another game or two with voice acting that we're voice acting. Because believe it or not, yeah, the devs did put Becky and Lisa, Becky, Rudiger, and Hugo are in, and me are in Lisa the Painful RPG as a cameo, yes. And I loved that. And so, you know, the game is also dear to my heart for that reason. It's pretty funny. But, what was it? Yeah, believe it or not, like, you know, voice acted shows takes a lot of energy. It takes some mental energy. It takes, like, performing, like, being silly. Just like, even if you're not a streamer, you can understand that. You go out with friends and you, like, or like have a social night where you act silly and stuff. You need some time to recharge after it. Magic shows, Hearthstone, you know, Overwatch shows, all of those shows. The Lonesomes where I get really in, you know, those don't take a lot of energy. And I can go really long because I'm just obsessed with the game. I'm just gaming, you know. That's way different from performing. There's a huge difference. Some games are a performance on this show. Some games are just a gaming, you know. Games with great voice acting help, yeah, for sure. But you go. those streamers that can just like do it constantly, every day. I don't know, man. I don't know how they do it. I guess some of them are just playing the same game every time, and so it's not as hard. Like, there's that. But I think probably, I don't watch a lot of streamers, but I would assume that some of them you can see the wear on them. Streaming constantly. The grind, they call it. Yeah, I'm going to continue my run from yesterday. How many people we got watching now? Maybe it's about time to start. Would I draft a meme deck? I don't know about that. Alex Lockwood. 44? That sounds good. Welcome to the show, guys. I wasn't expecting to stream today, but the Siren's Call has gotten me. I need to play a little bit today, at least. We won't be playing for 2 more. I won't be playing at least for another 2 days, maybe another 3, because the weekend's coming, and we might want to do like an Undertale show this weekend or something. So it may be a lot of days before I get to stream Magic. So, thanks, Pyro Ninja, in the shadow chat saying I'm a good streamer in his opinion. I don't know that I am. I don't know. I think I'm a streamer who never intended to be one, but here I am. Anyways, yeah, so coming up is the Game Awards, which we're watching begrudgingly. There will be much protest, much ranting about evil companies and corporate shills. Speaking of shilling, we'll be doing a sponsored stream the day before that, tomorrow. About 24 hours from now is going to be a Sega show. Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis. We're going to be trying to beef up our character and get good at the game. And that should be a cozy show too. And yeah, so this weekend I'm thinking Undertale. I think I have to release the last episode. Anyways. Alright. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm jumping back in today to play the draft I started yesterday, and then maybe one more. Let's see what happens. By the way, off show, I earned a whole bunch more decks out of nowhere. Like, I was earning a deck a day by playing, and then all of a sudden they... How do I get down to it? Here. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they gave me 5 more decks. These ones where you venture into the dungeon. I think these are the ones that were based on D&D. In one day I earned 5 more decks. Guys, I can't get across enough to you the value. So the decks I'm earning are from the last sets, so presumably in the future I will... Is there any way to earn the pre-constructed decks from Innistrad? Or will they start releasing those to be earned later? You get more decks whenever they release them. Like, this current set, these vampires, I don't have any of their pre-constructed decks yet. So I'm just wondering, is it just a matter of time because I'm still earning? Or does anybody know? They will release them later, says Pyro Ninja. So right now the only way to play the pre-constructed Innistrad decks would be maybe to... Is that what jump in is about? There's this thing that says jump in, and you select 2 decks, and you combine them or something. And I think you select 2 pre-constructed decks and you combine them. I think that's what it was called, jump in. Is that a way to play the pre-constructed early? Otherwise, I imagine you have to just go buy the pre-constructed. That's Jumpstart, different thing. Oh. So if I wanted to play the pre-constructed decks, I would have to... Hugo, stop. I know. I actually just ordered you a laser pointer. I know you want to chase the mouse on the screen. He's trying to go after the pointer. So I ordered him a laser pointer. He's always loved laser pointers, and he's been looking at the red or orange mouse on the screen and wanting to go after it. Yeah. Yeah. So, if I wanted to play pre-constructed Innistrad, I'd have to buy like a pre-constructed deck? Is what I'm asking, I guess. Anyways, I'll wait on that, but I'm gonna go in and keep playing my quick draft. Yeah, pretty much, says Alex Lockwood, okay. They might come later for free, but I'm not sure how that works. Oh, but they are available for purchase. Anyways, I'm gonna jump in now. I mean, with enough drafting, I'd be able to just... And, like, I'd be able to make my own pre-constructed out of the deck list. I mean, you know, net deck or whatever. So we have 2 wins with this deck. Before I jump in, I'll just give myself a brief overview, catch myself back up on what we have here. We ended up with a mythic that we didn't end up using. I didn't think it was worth splashing because it only puts +1/+1 counters on token creatures. We were already really hard into black-red at that point, and I just thought it was splashable potentially, but we decided not to, because we didn't even pick up any of those fetch lands. The evolving... Oh, we did pick up fetch lands, and I guess I included them just for thinning the deck. But I still... Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end turn. Like, that's pretty good, but I don't know what I would replace. And most of my creatures are trading, like, I don't see a reason to run it. Anyways, so mostly it's got 2 Undying Malice in there, some Persistent Specimens for just like kind of chump blocking sometimes, also early damage. Gift of Fangs, nice removal. Mind Leech Ghoul, also a sacrifice target, because I think we have some stuff to sacrifice creatures with. More removal. Blood Tithe Harvester, 2 of these guys, which is an amazing early drop. A 3/2 on turn 2. And we've had some bad luck some runs, but mostly been able to curve out pretty good. This guy's been an MVP, the Alluring Suitor that turns into a Deadly Dancer. He works really well with the Persistent Specimen and the Mind Leech Ghoul for attacking with a 4/3, 2 4/3s on, or a 3/3 and a 4/3, and then you can make whoever gets by whatever you want. The Hypnotists, we have some late game bodies. Oh, these have been the MVPs, in fact, because they can't be blocked. So the idea with this deck is to be aggressive, trade bodies, keep the board relatively clear so that the menace creatures go by unanswered when the time comes. And this goes by as a 5/5 on turn 5. It's almost like having a 5/5 with haste if it goes unanswered. So it's been working pretty good. I think that we only had like 1 game with, I think, bad luck. I don't think that it was really its fault. And we had 1 other game that was really close. Out of the 2 losses we've had, 1 was really close, and the other one just felt like shitty luck. But that happens. It's Magic. You have to accept it. This is a very good opening hand. We have a turn 2 Blood Tithe Harvester. I'll play my Evolving Wilds to fetch an extra. I think this deck wants to have 2 swamps on the table if you're going to have 3 mana. That's a really good looking curve there so far. We need a 4-drop, but maybe we'll find that. I don't want them to know what I'm playing yet. I'll stop on my opponent's end step here. I guess I don't need to do that, right? Or activate this ability to go get myself. So he gets it. I might want to remove that. Let me think about that, because otherwise I'm trading my 3/2. You might be running a really aggressive deck as well. How do you want to do an aggressive deck versus an aggressive deck? There's a Persistent Specimen that would have been nice on the turn 1. Should I use a Braid now? Or do I want to trade for now? Let's trade. If he wants to attack, we'll trade. Or, I mean, we won't trade. We'll go face, both of us. And I'll remove whatever he plays right now that will maybe be a blocker. He's running an aggressive werewolf deck, it looks like. But he didn't have a werewolf to play to boost that guy. No blocks. I think I can out-aggression you. And it looks like I can, because you had no turn 3 play. So if we're in a racing situation, motherfucker, let's do this. Alluring Suitor comes out now. Maybe next turn we'll be attacking with an extra point of damage. Or 2. He also provides me with 2 red mana when he attacks, so, and you don't need to spend it in the attack phase. So it has the potential to ramp me into the Celebrants. I mean, I could play Persistent Specimen next turn and Celebrants if I want. So that can go by, go for it. Snarling Wolf gets +2/+2 at the end until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Maybe I actually want to Braid to remove the Hungry Ridge Wolf so that I can continue to attack. And then I'll play Innocent Traveler. Which, yeah. I think that's what I will do. Two attackers. So when he attacks with exactly one other creature, he gives you 2 red mana, and then he gives you the ability, he gives you 2 red mana, and he also has the ability to pump a creature for 2 mana. But I'm not going to use that for that purpose this time. I'm going to use this to do 3 damage to the Ridge Wolf so he can't block. And then at the end, after combat, I'm going to play the Innocent Traveler. Yeah, that's how this will play out. He's got 4 cards in hand. I will have 3 after this is done. Are you able to click the little guys on the right with the controller? Yes, I can. Alright, next to damage. So he's going to let it by. He doesn't want the Snarling Wolf. Oh, he's going to take out what? My Deadly Dancer. You should have done that before he attacked, because now I already have the mana. You wanted to see what would happen. I will bring out... So this Innocent Traveler is this innocent-looking woman who shows up at the door of some humans. She's a 1/3, but if they don't sacrifice a creature next turn, she becomes a 3/3 flyer, a 3/3 flyer, and now she has. They just played an enchantment. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if the creature has toughness of 6 or greater, transform Dormant Grove, and then it becomes a 3/6 vigilance once this thing has 6 toughness. And he can boost that in 2 turns because he'll be able to give it +2/+2 to do that. Right. I will attack with both. We're definitely going full aggression here on this guy. Is he going to try to trade? Do I want to bring back Blood Tithe Harvester, meaning that I'm not going to be able to play my Celebrants this turn? Do I Undying Malice, knowing that I can only play the Persistent Specimen and pass on the Celebrants this turn? I don't want to run out of gas, so I'm not going to get too greedy. There we go. Alright, so this deck has done what I think it deserves, which is at least 3 wins. At least. I think that it deserves 4 to 5. We don't have any like strong mythics or anything, so I don't think it can go much past. Buddy. I love you. I don't think it'll go super high because we don't have any like super crazy mythics or anything like that, but I think it deserves a solid, definitely 3 wins. If it went less than 3 wins, I was going to be upset. But 4 wins, I think it deserves. 5 wins possibly, if we curve out well, keep on the squashy orange hues. Yes. Yeah, it was difficult to decide what to do with that turn there. They ended up conceding, but I'm not sure if I even made the right choice, whether to stay aggressive or to get ready to play my Blood Celebrants. There's better mana economy. There's a bad opening hand because we don't have a red mana, and we have 3 4-drops. We have a 2-drop and a 3-drop. If we had a red mana, I might play this hand. But we're going in like just praying for a red mana for early game. I don't think that's smart. This needs aggression. Please give me a good one. Oh, thank God. All right, this is a very good opening hand. Yes, this is a curve. Let's hope we get the land drops to keep it curving. What do we get rid of though? Probably the Gargantuan. We don't need them. We'll draw something else, but this is nice looking. Turn 1, Persistent Specimen. Turn 2. Well, first I'll attack. Turn 2, Blood Tithe Harvester. What a scary curve this is. If she doesn't have answers. Turn 3, Belligerent Guest. Turn 4, Bloodsworn Squire. Oh, I didn't get the mana drop, but at least I get my 3/2 still on turn 3. Well, first I'll attack again. I'm glad that even without my third land drop, I can still stay aggressive with this deck, but man, I hope I get my third land drop next turn. Otherwise, I'm a little bit worried about keeping this momentum. This is looking good. They're not getting, I might pass this Undying Malice. I'll wait till the end of next turn, but I might get rid of that Undying Malice just to get another mana to keep this momentum going. Good thing is I'm having a really good rollout and they're not having a good one at all. Despite getting their land, I'm not getting mine. Weary Prisoner comes out. I don't have removal for it. If I had one of my menace creatures, I'd be able to get past that. I should probably bring out... Undying Malice could, like... Or should I get rid of Bloodsworn Squire? What does this do again? Gang's indestructible, tap it. If there are 4 more in your graveyard, transform it. It only transforms when there's 4 or more. I'm gonna get rid of the Bloodsworn Squire. Seems crazy, because it's a good card, but I need something right now. 2 Undying Malice. Give me a land! Yay! I think now that we actually have a turn 3 play, I actually won't be doing a turn 3 play. I'm just going to use Undying Malice to continue to allow myself to attack like this and keep my guys. Plus, when he comes back, he's going to give me extra Blood Vials, which is going to play into his actual ability. You can sacrifice the Blood Tithe Harvester to deal double the amount of -X to a creature. You take the number of Blood Vials and double it, and then you're doing -X to a target creature. So he's going to come back with a +1/+1 token on him, and that triggers the Blood Vial again. So they're down to 4. This was quite the rollout. So even when we only get 3 land, even when we only get 2 land by turn 3 or 4, we can still do stuff with this deck. So they need a big blocker. I wish that I had a menace creature on the board. I'm hoping... Oh, they only get Pax on Pup, so that's a chump blocker. If I remove the chump blocker, I still lose the creature. If I get some removal... Uh-oh. Okay. Who is he gonna fight? I might have to save my guy with Undying Malice, which is actually gonna make a more powerful dude. Oh, he's gonna destroy a Blood Vial. I'm gonna get rid of Desperate Farmer. And I want removal. If I can get some removal, I didn't. I got mana. Which is annoying. I need Menace bad. Should I attack? They have to defend. Do I have somebody who can go face? I really need Menace, so I'm keeping the board thin in order to get Menace out there. Who do I want to come back? It doesn't matter, really. So Menace is an ability that the creature with Menace has to be blocked by at least 2 creatures. I guess the idea is that they're so intimidating. So they gain some life to the power of the Paxum. Oh, that's fine. I wish that you didn't, but... Now we'll play Belligerent Guest. I wish Belligerent Guest had Menace. Anyways, they need either removal or more bodies, and fast. Damn it! So they just got some life back. So they're clawing their way back into the game. I can't, for the first turn, I can't attack. Let me see if I can get removal by getting rid of a swamp. There's the Menace, but I can't play it this turn. Alright, that's too bad that I can't play it this turn, but if she had... Oh shit, I made it night. Fuck me. I should have... Well, there's nothing I could do, right? So it's night, they have a 6/6. If they attack, that's actually good for me. Because I don't think, even with that much meat on the table, I don't think she can outrace me here. Man, they were down to 4, and they're clawing their way back in. Oh, it has to attack. Well, that's a good thing, then. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it has to attack. So I can chump block with my skeleton, and next... Okay, she's lost a blocker. Darn, that's an extra blocker that we didn't want her to have. The piggy creates a token, which is gonna make it harder to get by with Menace. Past the blockers. So this can be played like this. That's awesome. I never really thought of that. Alright, so... I never thought of how it could be played as an instant. So this is huge, because they require 2 blockers. They only have 3 creatures on the table. I have a piece of removal in my hand. I could actually take out the 6/6 right now. Do I want to take out the 6/6? I lose an attacker, but... And I don't want her to be able to save it. I'm taking it out. Because it's a green deck, so she might have like a giant growth or whatever you call this set's version of giant growth. And I want to thin out the board, so I'm attaching with Belligerent Guest. She has to block with the pig, kind of. Tramples through, gives me a blood token, that's nice. Now, if she has an extra piece of removal next turn, what the hell is that? At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. Target land gangs, add 3 to your mana pool until end of turn. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater, or gang 3 life. So that doesn't trigger till next turn. my controller just turned off. It's out of battery, so I have to switch to keyboard. Out of nowhere, it just turned off. Do I want to block? Yeah, I'll block. It's funny how it being night right now has helped me. She might actually want to make it day so that she has a blocker, but apparently, supposedly, she does not have the ability to make it day. I will attack with... Okay, buddy. Okay. I'll attack with... So, do I want to destroy this artifact? No. No. But did she exile my persistent specimen? Yes. That's fine, whatever. I wish that they didn't, but... Down to 4, so she can gain back 3 life per turn, though. I'm gonna get one of these blood tokens gone. I'm gonna cycle out this land and see what I can get. I should have done it before attacking. Ah, a flyer might help. Did I gain life this turn? I didn't, but, and I don't think I have many ways to gain life, but I have a 2/2 flyer out there now, which will help potentially end this. I wish that my Abrade could go face. Nature's Embrace. Did she gain life? What did she choose to do? I didn't notice what happened, and I don't know if I can look up what happened. Enchant creature or land as long as enchanted permanent is a creature. Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, that's what... I don't know, this is different. And I didn't have the mana to cast Abrade to prevent that, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter because it becomes night, discard any... Oh, okay. I think she realizes she loses. Maybe? Well, she's desperately trying to get at something, but... Okay, that's when it triggers, okay. Oh, really? You're gonna attack? Okay. We're racing? Interesting. I mean, with the 3 mana gang, maybe they can race me? They're doing 10 per turn. I lose next turn if I can't get a chump out there. Blood Hypnotist. Whenever you sacrifice 1 or more blood tokens, use target creature can't block this turn. Well, I could have used that earlier. But now they can't because it became night, or it became day because they didn't have a play, right? Is that what happened? Why it's day? I'm confused. Oh, because they played 2 cards, that's how that works. Yeah, I mean, now that they don't have the attacker, they have to pass. So that was the downside to them doing that. Now they don't have lethal this turn. Like, somebody in the shadow chat was saying this seems too complicated. I'm still getting my head around it. I'm learning the set at the same time as playing and drafting. I'm starting to get more familiar with the cards, which makes it easier. She only has 1 card in hand. I feel like I have a good grasp on this game, especially the fact that I have the Blood Hypnotist. Okay, we will remove one of the boars, and then I'll make it so that somebody can't block. I think that will help me finish this, maybe. Let's see what happens. They don't want to attack now, that's for sure. She gained 3 life. No attacks. It would be a bad idea to attack, I think. They would. Are you really thinking about this? Like, you're not in a position to attack. Okay. Now I should probably get rid of that boar. There goes one chump, and then I can make it so that the weary prisoner can't block next turn. Though I may want to make it so that the royal recruit can't block. That way my celebrants will survive. They won't trade, but at least they'll survive. Oh, really? I think that there was still a chance you could win. All right. No, ATA says, this is nice. So I'm going for 5 wins, hoping to earn 650 gems, which is almost a new draft run for free. Oh, wait, cancel. I need to get extra batteries. Yeah, buddy, yeah. Yeah. I have to get batteries into my thing. Yeah. Yeah. Is anybody else as upset as I am about the fact that the new console systems are not allowing you to use the last gen controllers, even though there's no reason not to? We don't need haptic feedback to play games. PlayStation 4 has no business not allowing us to continue to use PlayStation 4 controllers. Like, you can use them when you're playing PlayStation 4 games only. Oh, because I lost connection, I have to kind of reboot this to get my controller config back. Or maybe I can do it like this. There it is, it's back. Xbox does allow you? Well, good on them, if that's true. Xbox lets you use Xbox One controllers on the new Xbox Series X. Like, PlayStation allows it, but only if you're playing PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5. They won't allow it for PlayStation 5 only games, they said. So you've played games that are exclusive to the Series X with an Xbox One controller. Huh. Not a good opening. I got a mulligan. Not great, but better, so I'll keep it. It's not ideal. I'll probably get rid of the Innocent Traveler. I have some early plays here. The Ragged Recluse won't trigger, but she's a 2/1. Get rid of the Innocent Traveler. Yeah. Damn. Michael R. says, Magic the Gathering Arena Draft is one of the best things in life. It is a lot of fun. I don't know about the best things in life, but I mean, it is really fun. I've said it before, I said it yesterday, I think, that I actually like it more than Hearthstone Arena because, besides the fact that you can earn it via free-to-play, when you can't do that in Hearthstone, also, you can make interesting themed decks in Draft, in Magic. In Hearthstone, you can't. you have to just draft value, and you never really get a lot of synergies. If you're lucky, you get some, but if you tried to go in with a plan, or like you get some early picks and you want to set yourself down a path to make a themed deck after a certain strategy, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're best just to always draft value in Hearthstone. So this is a little sticky. If I destroy that human, it becomes a 2/2. So they'll be doing even more damage. So I'm not gonna block. I've always ignored Gluttonous Guest. I don't know why you would run it besides the tribe effect. And there's... Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to get some board dominance here, if I can. I'm gonna let the 1/1 get by over and over. Gluttonous Guest is very good. A lot of incidental life gang, random black cards that want you to gang life. Yeah, just in draft? I don't know. Maybe I have to see it in action. I mean, it can definitely, I guess in the case of a race, it can turn the tides a little bit, especially if you have two red-black aggressive decks going against each other like is right now. Somebody in there's comparing Hearthstone to checkers while saying Magic is chess. In some ways, I disagree, because Magic like has so many interactions going on, and with a time limit, I almost feel as though you don't have any choice but to, like, I mean, there's so much random element to it that in Hearthstone, it's almost like if something messes up, it's your fault for not taking everything into account, which is like chess. Magic's almost more like poker. It's like there's so many random elements that could like completely kibosh even the most calculated mind that like can think turns ahead. There's so many things to take into account. I'm getting some board dominance now. What do you got? You have nothing to do, so resolve it. Gonna destroy my blood type. That's fine. He was keeping that piece of removal for the best thing I would play, which was probably my blood tithe. The fact that he took it out tells me that he's got a big creature coming that he doesn't want to be taken down easily. He's obviously not worried about losing his Gluttonous Guest or his Doomed Dissenter, so like he's got something good coming. So I'm hoping I need to get into some removal quick. We have similar decks, the two of us. So I may want to trigger my blood token next turn, not only to get rid of a blocker on his side. He's thinking about whether to attack with the 1/1. Because it may be the only available blocker next turn if he doesn't, because I have the Blood Hypnotist who can stop a blocker. He's trying to decide whether it's worth continuing to, yeah, okay. Let's just stare at each other for a bit, dude. because I have Celebrants. I wish I could trigger the Ragged Recluse in the same turn, but I can't. With Celebrants out there combining with Blood Hypnotist, I can really start to hit home some damage. Unless he's got an answer for the Celebrants. No attacks. So gets 1 life, triggers the Blood Hypnotist, which doesn't matter because it's still my turn, right? Yeah. What did they get rid of? The Wedding Invitation. Wedding Invitation is not bad late game utility because it does give you a card back when it plays. And late game, you're not going to care about the 2 mana. You'll have lots of open land late game. So as a push through card, and it, like he just did, you can target it with a Blood Vial when it's sitting in your hand and you don't need it. So I think, based on what I'm seeing so far, I might have the better of the 2 black-red aggressive decks, but he does have 3 cards in hand and I only have, oh, here we go, there goes the Celebrants. That's too bad. Let's hope I draw into some removal if he plays something like Celebrants. I'll probably get rid of my Swamp here, just so I can trigger the Hypnotist, and then the Ragged Recluse will trigger at end of turn, making it a 3/3. A 3/3 that also knocks away their life a little bit at a time. So I'll make it so that the Gluttonous Guest can't block, which allows me to get through for at least 2 damage this turn. And I've got an Innocent Traveler on the way. That's nice. Do they have a human on their side? They do have a human on their side. Okay, so I don't want to show them that I have Innocent Traveler yet, of course, because otherwise they'll sacrifice the Doomed Dissenter right now, which they might not want to do. They might want to do it now. Do it. No, I want to get through for this damage now. I'm going to lose the human, which is the bonus to the Innocent Traveler, which gets +2/+0 as long as the opponent controls a human, but that's thinking like 2 turns ahead, and I don't think that's worth not attacking for right now. He'll sack his Doomed Dissenter as a chump blocker, though it does come back as a 2/2 zombie. So he's not exactly crying into his cornflakes. And out comes the Innocent Traveler, which says that if he doesn't sacrifice a creature next turn, I get a 3/3 flyer. It's his choice. He can sacrifice a creature or give me a 3/3 flyer. And now my Ragged Recluse turns into a 3/3. Because I discarded a card using a Blood Vial this turn. He's got 1 more card in hand than me, about to have 2 more cards in hand than me, but I feel like I have the advantage here, both board-wise, just board-wise, but I mean, I do have 2 Blood Vials, he only has 1. He's gonna take away my, that's too bad. I really wanted my, wait, why did that take it out? Doesn't a Braid only do, oh, 3 damage? I was thinking of it as 2 damage. What's huge untouchable? That may have been a message from a long time ago. Alright, so he did only have a land in hand. So Odorous Witch Can't block because of the Hypnotist. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So it's like the Gluttonous Guest is almost like a card that goes in there in order to combat aggressive decks. It's like it allows you to claw back some life and have a blocker against smaller creatures so that you might be able to aggression another deck. Do I have 4 creatures in the graveyard? I don't. I only have 1. They think they can race me here. I don't think they can. No, I don't think they can. I'm going all out too. I think they did a bad thing not keeping the Gluttonous Guest as a blocker. I think I'm in the advantageous position here, especially with the Witch, and now I have an extra blocker. Darn, I have one of these in my deck as well. This just lost its power again. Wow. Okay. Whenever Wedding Security attacks, you may sacrifice a blood token. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Wedding Security and draw a card. So I will use my Blood Hypnotist to make it so that he can't block, and maybe make it so that Gluttonous Guest can't block next turn. Because I can do it twice? Once. Shit. I can make it so he can't block, and Blood Hypnotist can't block anyways. I'm gonna let that by. Do I have lethal? I don't think I have lethal. I might cycle out Belligerent Guest for the chance of drawing into some removal. No blocks. I'm gonna save the Blood Vial. I could do it right now, cycle out the Belligerent Guest, but next turn I will have, well, now I don't have to cycle the Belligerent Guest. Let's see if I can get some removal. Yes, buddy. Stop Wedding Security from being able to block me. Very good flavor. So I didn't get removal, and if I did spend another Blood Vial, I lose the Blood Vial, meaning I can't attack. Okay, let me see what I can do. 3. He can stop 1 in trade. 4. I need a chump. Settle down, bud. No, I'm using this now. I'm going all out with this. Ah, fucking right. I can't afford cleave. I can only afford this. 3 damage to target human creature. Oh, I can't afford cleave. I have no choice, I think, this time. I wish I had the extra Blood Vial. So I lost the Blood Vial trying desperately to get some removal that I could cast, but this has can only attack target humans. And these are vampires, not humans, so I wasn't able to cast it for its card face value. He has to chump at least one guy. He's down to 3. He can't get through for lethal unless he can remove both my chump blockers. It's possible he has some face damage in there, so I better block. I don't know how much face damage is in this set. You could have clicked on a mountain to spend that Blood Vial, then you click the Blood Vial, it automatically tapped the swamp. Yeah, but I didn't know that I had before I played the Blood Vial. Untouchable. Like I would have had to think ahead knowing exactly what I was gonna draw. Alright, so he's got a very good card on the table now. But it's not available yet. But as a blocker, it could potentially do something here. Okay. It's a human right now? No, it is a human, so at least I can get rid of that, and I think I win? If I don't win, he has to at least chump the hell out of his board. Oh shit, he gets to retarget that. Fuck. Fuck. I just got done reading it and I still didn't remember. Fuck. I should have... Oh, Undying Malice can do this. This can save me though. Unfortunately, it's tapped, but... He has to chump, so I guess I just all attack. It's better for me just to stay aggressive right now, I think. He can have one advantageous block, but if he does the advantageous block, I get through for lethal. Yeah, I win. I have to win, right? Because I wasn't calculating the Odious Witch, which took away 1 life from him. Wow. There was a lot of things going on there, and I didn't, like, both things that hurt me and helped me, I didn't take into account. But that's the nature of learning the cards as you draft. But who am I kidding? Once I do learn the cards, I'm still going to make tons of mistakes and tons of things won't be taken into account. But that's the craziness of Magic, especially when you're on a timer, keeping up with all the interactions and possibilities. All right, 5 wins. This is what I hoped for with this deck. I'm not sure if it can go 6 and 7 because it lacks any kind of like, I feel like we're gonna be facing some insane shit in a second as we get to the 6 and 7 spot, but let's see what happens. Quick break, I'm gonna pee break and snack break. You too. Buddy, get up here. Get up here. Do you want on my lap? Oh, I need more batteries for my controller. Yet again. Maybe these ones are charged. Let's see. All right. Alex Lockwood suggests siding in Grizzly Ritual for the specimen. The specimen is mainly a chump block sack, fodder, and Ritual is unconditional removal that gets you blood. I have, maybe, I haven't been... Let me check. I didn't even, maybe I forgot that I even had a Grizzly Ritual. You think take out one persistent specimen, put in one Grizzly Ritual? Oh, I forgot that I had one. Alright, I'll take your advice. It is true, I was like... It's really expensive, but it does give me blood tokens. It's definitely a late game card. I lose one of my early game cards, but I'll take your advice. I mean, I'd almost prefer... Yeah, well, we'll see. Sure. Let's see what happens. It is true, I was desperately... There's been a couple games where I desperately wanted some removal and came up short. It does hit big dudes. It does give me extra vials so that I can break through with my menace. So, yeah, maybe. There's been a couple times where I didn't have vials available when I would have liked to. Hugo's always had to be knocked over in order for him to settle down. Mulligan. Oh no, guys. Oh no. No early game. So the first one was all mountains. I have to mulligan twice. Hi, Becky. Alright, so we're just gonna pray that we get a mountain. The game may have decided this for us. I don't know, I think our run might end here. I guess I mean... Maybe I should keep the socialite and get rid of the... get rid of the socialite, keep the 3 drops. That's unfortunate. And it looks like we're against a green deck that's gonna ramp itself. No 2-drop. Which is like basically, I feel like my only chance against a green ramping deck. I guess that's not ramp what he just did, but it's over, guys. It was a good run. It's too bad, like, I mean, when you only have best 1 of 1 as well against an opponent, there's not a lot that can happen when you have a bad mull and draw. Yeah, all right. I have lots to choose from, friend, so go for it. It's over. like he'd have to have like the worst game ever, and we're in like the 6-win category right now. He has 6 cards in hand. I have 3. He just brought out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's over. Let's just go to a new draft. How was class, Becky? How was the rain?
Very wet.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
5 wins, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Good stuff. May I run to the washroom?
Okay. I'm gonna turn off my mic while Becky runs to the washroom here. Hey guys, alright, we're back. I guess I'll claim my prize. Somebody says the wins are more profitable in Premier Draft if you feel comfortable drafting. Yeah, but the entry fee is more. Could you give me more water, please? So like, if you go to Premier Draft, where is it? Like the entry, the wins are worth more, but it's called oh, you're talking about Premier. $1,500 to enter, timed against other players. 1 win gets you 100 gems, 2 wins gets you 250, 3 wins gets you 1,000, 4 wins gets you 1,400. So you're not correct there. You need 4 wins and you still don't refund. I might in the future be interested in Premier Drafts, but for now I'm happy to just keep on doing. Plus, I don't get to talk as much during the drafting process if I'm not playing Quick Draft. We'll do another draft. What I like about this game is I don't have to spend a single rupee on it, says Salman Malik. And that's true. That's what's amazing. And I actually did spend $5 in order to get my gems currently, because they have a welcome bundle that's only $5 for 2,000 gems, which is the equivalent of like 4 draft runs, which ends up being cheaper than a Hearthstone set of arena runs. So I don't know that I'll spend in the future, but that seemed like a good deal to start off, especially since I was really hankering for some runs. All right, another run. And from the beginning, we get yet another pack chock full of white cards. Well, anyways, the rare is white. Voice of the Blessed, 2 white. It's a 2-drop for 2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Voice of the Blessed, as long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more +1/+1 counters on it. It has flying and vigilance, so it turns into a Sarah Angel on turn, potentially, for if you've got something gaining you life. But how much life gain can I get? As long as it has 10 or more on it, it's indestructible. Well, that's scary, isn't it? There's a piece of red removal, piece of black removal. Otherwise, we got some... I really like Weaver of Blossoms. I like running werewolves. White-black has life gain synergies, says Alex. Valorous Stance. Let's just take the rare, because none of the other cards are very strong regardless. Oh, that's a sort of a wrath for non-vampires. Huh. That's interesting. Would I want to run vampires again? Let's do something different. Let's go white. Let's try to switch it up. I like that it's a 2-drop. At the very worst, it's a 2-drop. And at best, it's something super strong. But it'll be a high removal target, obviously. Let's see here. So for white stuff, we've got a 3/3 flyer. You can exile him from your graveyard and create 2 white 1. So it comes out as a 3/3 flyer for 5, but then it can come back as 2 1/1 white flyers later. So it's a little sticky, a little bit expensive for the stickiness, but over here we have this egg thing, which I saw once played against me. This is a very conditional removal. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a zombie card, you may reveal it in your hand. If you don't, yeah, I don't like that card. This is a spirit, right? We could run spirits. Hungry Ridge Wolf. Werewolves are so cool. Hey, buddy. All right, let's keep it up with the flyers and the white spirits and see where we go with it. Are we getting... Okay, there's... Oh, that's not good. Oh, here we go. A 2/2 drop. I love 2 drops. And we haven't been getting a lot of them in some of our drafts. It comes back as a +2/+2 enchantment. This is a good card. A grizzly bear that comes back as an enchantment, a buff. I like the Fell Stinger, but if we're trying to adhere ourselves to spirits and white, I guess that's what we're picking. 2 drops are always strong, especially when they have bonus abilities. Okay, so we have a Blood Crazed Socialite. I'm told by Alex in the chat that white-black is good for Life Gang synergies. I don't remember how many black cards have Life Gang. We know the Witch does, that I ran. I haven't been playing a lot. Oh. Well, this tells me black is open as well. So we get perfect removal on pack 4, on pick 4. So this got through 3 people on my right. Or Honeymoon Hearse. I fucking love this card, but like, I don't think I'll be running this. Adamant Will, target creature gets +2/+2, and oh, that's kind of like just a little bit of a giant growth or something like that. Hero's Downfall seems to be the pick here. Yeah, I could look for Gluttonous Guests. I'll take the perfect removal. It looks like black is open. Desperate Farmer has lifelink, Life Gang here. We have a 2/1 flyer for 3. Perfect removal down here that's expensive. Belligerent Guest, we're not going to go into red. Looks like green is, a lot of greens are getting passed. A lot of good werewolves are getting passed. I'm going to take the Life Gang in black. We might go white-black. Undying Malice, I love that, the utility of this card. I love how cheap it is to cast. It's often helping, but this is one of my favorite cards in the set for flavor. A Lantern Bearer that when it dies, it gives flying whether that creature likes it or not. As you can see, she doesn't quite like it. It's a spirit. Bramblewood Worm I've faced, and boy is this a scary card. when it comes out late game. Obviously it comes out late game, but holy crap. Is it scary? I think I'll use Undying Malice. It goes well with my Voice of the Blessed because it comes back with a counter already on it, which gets it closer to its triggering, becoming a 4/4 flyer with Vigilance. Kind of committing to white-black, it looks like. Let's not get too wishy-washy. A Vampire Slayer, another great 2-drop. Like, not great, but good. Especially in the set. Lots of people are running vampires. There's an Evolving Wilds and a Ceremonial Knife in there. Another. Okay, this would be one of our last 2-drops, so I don't think we need this early. I think I'll look at other stuff for now, but I don't know that I have a lot of choices here. More Life Gang. Alright, I'm going to choose another Vampire Slayer. I might not run 2 of them. There'll probably be better 2-drops as I go. The non-vampire Wrath is still in here. The Disciple's in here too. I'm going to take the Disciple. I don't think I'm going into green, but just keep my options open a little bit. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a mythic green card on our next pack. And I'll take the Sharpshooter, also a solid green card. Like one might say, if I was with humans, I might want to send these okay green cards down the table just to really reinforce the signals. For them to go into green, but I don't like this card, but I'm gonna put that right in my sideboard. This is a solid green card. We've got some option. Wow. I feel like green is also open. On this entire table, I think it's open. Like, I don't even think it's my neighbors that are not doing green. I think it's in general. Oh, what's this? This is new. Dollhouse of Horrors. 5 mana artifact. Pay 1. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that is a copy of the exiled card, except that it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types, and has this creature has +1/+1 counters for each construct you control. It gains haste until in turn only. Okay, so it's a 1/1 basically when it comes out, but it has the abilities of whatever you grabbed from your graveyard. This looks like a very much a Johnny card. This is some sort of crazy constructed special combo. This is not something we get to use in our set, in our draft. Unfortunately, this works well with our Voice of the Blessed. But this is a good spirit with lifelink, which also works with our Voice of the Blessed. Not a huge fan of this Militia Rallier. Sigurd's Imprisonment. Enchantment creature can't attack or block. So this is like good removal for white. I might just have to take this. Just because it's good removal. Yeah, I'm taking the removal. I don't see anything else that's worth considering there, really, over removal. Groom's Finery. I love the card, but I've never even seen the Bride's Gown. It must be a rare. Which is too bad, like, for draft. I wish they'd made both of them uncommon so you could potentially have both. So this is a 1/2 that it gives you... It's mana fixing. Slow ramp. Supernatural Rescue. This spell has flash as long as you control a spirit. We'll probably always have a spirit. When you cast a spell, tap up to 2 target creatures you don't control. Enchanted creature you control gets +1/+2. So not awful because it is flash. But it's 4 casting costs, which is pretty expensive. Traveling Minister, target creature gets +1/+0. Activate only, okay. Oh, Hugo, your hair is all over my face. There's a pretty decent black card down here, since we are still thinking of running black, I think. Death Touch 2/3. We gang life from it. Or we can consider continuing to go down the road of a green deck here as well. I like this card a lot. We have decent green cards. I think we have, outside of Hero's Downfall, we have, I think, a better green board, but these are 2-drops, which we don't need with our like we already have lots of 2-drops in the green sector here. I mean in the white, so let's get ourselves a solid 4-drop in the black. Another Brambleworm. Griff Rider, 2/1 with training. It gets bigger as it attacks with creatures that are big. Here's another one of these. Well, this would, if I ran one of these, it would replace one of my Vampire Slayers. This guy. This thing's huge. It's splashable even, but I would rather make my early game a little bit better even. I'm probably going to take out a Vampire Slayer here just to look at that curve easier. Another, so many Brambleworms. We're lousy with Brambleworms. Definitely not something you want multiples of. Kindly Ancestor is a nice 3-drop. I think I'll grab that. I don't see any other better black cards, and I'm starting to sway myself away from green now. Rethinking that idea. Oh, white-black, uncommon, 2/3, lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you make pay 2, and you get card draw for life gang. That's nice. Rewarding us for white-black. And our Hero's Downfall. All right, we're solidly in white-black now. So we have 2 pieces of perfect removal, a 3rd piece of white removal, Sigurd's Imprisonment. We're looking at a pack with no white or black now, so that's not a great thing, but maybe at this point we're going to try to send, let's take the worst card in the pack and send our neighbors a little bit more firmly into whatever, like what is the worst card in the pack here? Syncopate? Maybe. Put that in the sideboard. So I'm sending my neighbor, you know, is the signal worth it with bots? Or is it worth still keeping, in case I get like a green mythic on the next turn, is it still worth keeping my options open a little bit? Like, do I want another, would I run, if I went into green, would I run another sharpshooter? Probably not, because I've already got some decent 3-drops, I think. I have a Kindly Ancestor, Hero's Downfalls, and this guy. I wouldn't leave black, so I'd only be splashing. So none of these cards are valuable to me. So yeah, I'm just going to take Syncopate. I'm going to try to signal the bots to go a little bit further in to these other colors that aren't white and black. Hopefully they listen to some extent. You can't know with bots. So this works with, this doesn't work with spirits because the spirits are exiled, right? So I'm not going to have things in my graveyard. I think that's how that is. This is kind of removal, and it's scries. It's cheap. Let's take it in case I don't get another piece of removal. I probably will, but it works. So 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Like, do I want to bring them back, though, as opposed to using them for their disturb cost? It gives me a blood token when it comes out, and it could bring back my best creatures, which is the other thing to keep in mind, is that I could potentially get back my best guys. So it's like card draw for your best cards, potentially. It creates blood tokens, which fixes your draws. All right, I'm going to take it. But I'm not sure about it, so I'm taking it out of the deck for now. Militia Rallier is a 3-drop. Can't attack alone, but it does untap creatures, so it gives pseudo vigilance to anything that it's attacking with. I'll take it to potentially have to use to smooth the curve, but I don't think I will have to. But Supernatural Rescue, it's the Flash. It's too expensive for me, but I'll take it just to like really get rid of any white picks and really send my neighbor down the road into hopefully green. This one as well, I don't want to run this, but I'm going to send this over here. And now there's nothing but green. So green to the end stayed quite open, it felt like. But not another Vampire Slayer. And we're not going to have to run that many Vampire Slayers, but whatever. Blue-black. So we got no good rares this run. Like, I mean, we started with our white rare, which is okay, but like... Here we've got a 1/4 flyer. If we wanted to splash blue, when he enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card in your graveyard on top of your library. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If this creature has a mana reveal of 6 or greater, is revealed in this way, then he transforms. Well, I don't have any of those so far, so this isn't going to transform. So it's a 1/4 flyer for 3 that has to be splashed. It becomes Lord of the Deep. Trying too hard. That's what he's doing. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another attacking creature. If that creature is a Kraken, Leviathan, or Octopus, or Serpent, create 2 of those tokens. No. That's so conditional. Even if that was on my first pick, I would be like, I'm not gonna be able to make a deck out of this. The Cavalry, 2/2 training flyer, and whenever it attacks, we can give other creatures flying with it to attack with it. I will probably take that, I think. We need some good 4-drops. I like flyers, especially flyers that give flying to other creatures. Yeah, let's take it. Looks good in the curve. I like that. Parish Blade Trainee has training. So yet another 2-drop that we don't need. Whereas Doom Dissenter, another 2-drop, but maybe a little bit... This is better in aggressive decks, especially as a sacrifice target, which we don't need. Parasitic Grasp, though. Yeah, let's take the extra piece of removal. I'm not blown away by any of the other picks, and I think some of them will table. Okay, so green ended up staying super open throughout the entire time. We got a pick 3 rare, 2/2 2-drop that can't be countered. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap. So you can pay 2 to put anything from your hand that's a werewolf. Or any creature card. You can pay anything. So this ramps into, after turn 4, you can play anything from your hand that's any cost. This with the worms would have been incredible. Whenever this creature enters... Yeah, we're not going to go into green, though. Fuck, though. That really... Green really stayed open as hell. Gift of Fangs is more removal from black. Kindly Ancestor is a really... I don't know that we need another piece of removal over smoothing our curve. Oh wait, that wouldn't smooth the curve. I need 4 drops to smooth the curve out. I'm actually peaking at 3 now. I guess I'll take the extra removal. Wishing that I'd gone into werewolves. Griff Rider, 2/1, 3-drop flying. Twin Geist double strike, which combining with some of my spirit cards, such as this Drogskull Infantry, it's really powerful with that. And it gives away double strike later. I think I might want to run this because it works really well with my Drogskull Infantry. A 3/3 double strike is pretty scary. Point of discussion, some card draw. No, I like the combo. I like the synergy with the infantry. Kindly Ancestor. Really wish I had some more late game drops here, but I'm not seeing any. I'm almost thinking I have to splash green just to get a late game. Because this is not an aggressive deck, is it? Like, I mean, it curves. Maybe it is an aggressive deck. Can you run an aggressive white-black deck? I mean, with the fact that they keep on coming back, it won't run out as gas as easy because it keeps bringing the spirits back. Maybe we are going aggressive. Kindly Ancestor in this case might work, but Vigilance 1/1, sacrifice it, target creature you control gets, with a +1/+1 counter on it, gets lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. I have to sacrifice it, so and it's so conditional. I don't like it. Too conditional, and the fact that it leaves. If it didn't have to sacrifice it, I would like it more. You get card draw from this guy for putting counters on creatures. You know, I didn't end up getting many put counters on creatures cards. But life gang gets me my stuff. So I probably want more lifelink just to give me more life gang to combine with my awesome rare. I almost want to get the Undying Malice. Buddy. Come on. More Drogskull Infantry. It's pretty aggressive. Aggro white-black. Oh, there's the Bride's Gown. That's the first time I think I've seen it. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Gets an additional plus, yeah, if you have Finery on it. That's fun, but I'm gonna get the Drogskull. We're going super aggro white-black. I don't know if this is gonna work, but this is how the picks went. I guess now Doom's Dissenter makes sense to take. Yeah, but Parish Blade trainee, training. All right, we're going super aggressive. What is this other text? When it dies, put its counters on another creature you control. Do I want the card draw? I definitely don't need another 2-drop. Do I want this card draw? I gang 2 life from it. I don't know that I'll run that at all, but I'm gonna take it out, in fact. Servitor. Jesus. Green was open to the end. Great werewolf deck could have been made, guys. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it with mana of 2 or less. That player discards that card. But you can take it away if you cast it for the cleave cast. I don't know that I'll run that, but... Oh, wait, what's this? Target creature gets... Oh, it's an instant. +2/+2, and indestructible until end of turn. I think I'd rather the pseudo removal than the discard. Guys, this was a potential for an amazing... Oops. An amazing werewolf deck, but It is what it is. As Mariah Carey says, it is what it is. Let's look at this crazy, aggressive white-black deck with no late game, but I guess the late game is the disturb costs that are keep coming back. That's the late game. So we'll start with white and black cards. We're putting in, I love Drogskull Infantry. I hope he plays out the way that I expect him to. He's kind of our late game. He's gonna beef up, but we need bodies to put him on, put stuff on them. So I'll get a lot of late game 4/4s potentially for 6 mana if I'm like playing vampire. You know what? Yeah, I want body targets. I'm running all my Vampire Slayers maybe. The trainee. Cavalry's cool. This guy's cool. This is just creatures right now. 2 kindly ancestors for the lifelink. Here's my 2/2. So many 2-drops. We may even run 16 land. We got this guy, turn 3-drop. If you gain life, you get card draw. That's going to help us keep some gas in the tank, hopefully. We have 13, so we want maybe... I think this deck wants to run 18 to 19 creatures because I need targets for my disturb costs. So can I run? Yeah. The downfall has 2 black mana, so that's a little bit annoying. Here's a 3-drop. Gift of Fangs is cheap. Oh yes, I like this. Another 2-drop. 16 creatures. We'll put in the Railier. So I want the Zombie Bear. I need the body. But what about this? No, I don't like that at all. I don't like Unholy Efficient at all. Looks like we only have a choice. Like our only choice is a zombie. So we have 18 creatures, and that's kind of what I was running. All the creatures we drafted in white and black. It's an insanely aggressive deck, and because it's so aggressive, we might want Gift of Fangs in there as cheap removal. Late removal we'll probably also need. I don't think I need any more creatures though. So, but do we want the Blood Fountain? Because I might want to bring back my best creatures such as Purifier, and I might want to bring back Voice of the Blessed, and Blood Fountain can do that. Pseudo card draw. Alright, so let's start with the removal. Imprisonment, 2 Heroes Downfalls, Gift of Fangs. I'm not sure about the Parasitic Grasp. It's Life Gain if you cast it for 22, 23. I would rather, I think, the Undying Malice than the Parasitic Grasp. Blood Fountain. Should it be my 41st card? Sure, 41 cards. That's fine. I'm not against 41 cards. There's nothing wrong with 41 cards. Don't let anybody tell you different. 42 cards is bad. 41 isn't bad. You're splitting the difference on a decision. You'd sub in Fountain for either an Inventory or a Vamp Slayer. I'm just going to run this many. Yeah. Let's see what happens, guys. Card draw may be our biggest issue because we don't have as many blood vials to run this time, so we're not going to be able to fix the deck as we play. Blood vials have been like a really great thing to have when we have bad draws. Not terrible. Let's keep it. Yeah, that's not bad. Who knows what we would draw into if we didn't keep it. Kindly Ancestor will be coming out turn 3. Turn 2, Doom Dissenter. He has a Doom Dissenter as well. Now, do you want to trade a Doom Dissenter for a Doom Dissenter? We're both probably going to be aggro. Well, he's white, black, blue, so he might not be aggro. I have Life Gang, so I don't mind taking face damage. He can now block. He's a zombie. He has a zombie deck. Zombies you control have flying. He can create flying zombies. Sacrifice another non-token creature. Create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. Boy, do I need some removal and quick. Undying Malice works well on Doom Dissenter. I might want to be ready to play that. I'm going to play the Purifier. He might have Counterspell. I just realized. Oh, he left a lot of mana open. I think I might lose my Kindly Ancestor if I were to attack right now. And that would... Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I don't have a mana open for Undying Malice, unfortunately. I only have 1 black mana. I've been drawing all plains. He left 4 open last turn. What's going on? Is he trying to play control? If he was, I would have expected the Purifier to be answered. So I feel like he just has a lot of late game sitting in that hand right now. What is he doing? I don't get it. What could he be playing with that would make him do what he's currently doing? I'm doing this because I know I can play Undying Malice. And I want to see what the hell he's doing over there. At the very worst, I'm going to start getting my Life Gang to make this game go longer. I'm going to get 4 life from this. And I'm going to get card draw from it as well, which is very nice. Put out the Twin Blade just so that I have it available soon. I'm not going to play the Vampire Slayer though. So I get some card draw. This is, I think I'm in a good position. I don't understand what this guy's doing. He's playing like he's running a control deck. I hope I get some perfect removal soon because I think he has some big stuff in his hand. And I do have 3 pieces of perfect removal, but I just got to draw into it. So hopefully my Purifier helps me do that. Chill of the Grave, instance. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a zombie. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap phase. Draw a card. I don't need him to untap. That's okay. I feel like I'm just facing a weak deck. Or a weak player. Like, I don't understand that, what he just did. Why would you play that on that? So his zombies will have flying. It's not even an activated ability until if I can't. I need a black mana to remove it, but I'm not even sure I want to remove that. I don't care about his flying zombies. I want to gang some life this turn, that's all I know. Because I want to... Yeah, I'm just gonna play my Vampire Slayer, just to get more bodies out there. I'll attack with my Kindly Ancestor. I need the life gang so I get the card draw from my Purifier. If I lose the Ancestor, I might play Undying Malice, but do I want to keep Undying Malice just in case for my Purifier? Maybe I'm okay with losing the Ancestor. We'll kill the zombie. I think I might be okay with losing the Ancestor just to keep my options open. Because the Ancestor can also come back and give a creature lifelink. Do I want to just be aggressive though? Or do I want my potential for late game card draw to stay open? Who knows if he'll remove the Purifier. But I'd like to have that mitigation. I'm gonna lose the Ancestor, I'm fine with it. We're going late game, we're a life gang deck. End turn, draw a card with the Purifier. And we still have our Undying Malice in hand just in case he's gonna use like his own hero's downfall on our Purifier, who's giving us card draw. He's got a 113 coming out. That'll slow down my, if I was being aggressive, but right now I'm playing control. Maybe this is a control deck. Because of the life gang and... I don't know what I'm playing because I don't know Spirits, Undying Malice. That's not how you play that card. No, okay, I'm just playing a new player. Yeah, alright. So there's your answer. Unless he's gonna sack it. Okay, he sacked it in order to bring it back as a 2/14. I guess I wouldn't have done that though. I can still kill it too with my Undying Malice if I feel like, and now it's tapped. Oh, it comes in as a token. Okay, maybe I wasn't understanding this. Oh, that's why, I forgot that. Yeah, I need an extra black mana because I don't want these tokens. I fucking forgot that. All right, now I understand what he's doing. I didn't know the cards. All right. That's what's happening. So he has a 13/13 creature over there. That's a pretty fun deck. And I have perfect removal, but I didn't draw into my second swamp. So bad luck on this side. I'm gonna try to out-aggression my way through this and life gang my way through it. I don't think this is gonna work, but without the extra black mana, it's either wait a turn and pray for a black mana or get crazy. He's just gonna block the 1/1. Can I just out-aggression my way through this? Like, even if he has a 13/13 flyer, I have life gain. And card draw. Sure, that's scary, but I can't believe I didn't get an extra black man. I have 2 pieces of perfect removal in my hand. Anyways, like, and I can't draw until end of turn, so I can't play the land or anything like that. I could get some extra lifelink to try to keep me alive, or I can get a chump blocker out at the very least, but I won't get card draw, but it's not like I need it now. Hey, why would you do that? Oh, because I lost my thing. All right. He got so lucky, not the fact that I couldn't get into my second swamp. The fact that he sent that out there so early and that it went unanswered. Quite annoying. I'm holding out hope though, with all this lifelink. I don't think there's much hope, but I have a chump block. And he didn't know that. He only has 1 card in hand, so he doesn't have surprises. But now he has 2 of those, and he gets by for 18. Ah, he wins by 1. Damn. He got lucky as fuck. My deck's better than his. He just got really lucky. At least he got to have fun, because that's not going to happen for him much. Being able to put that guy out there and go unanswered completely. Sometimes you just don't get the mana. I like this deck though, holy crap. Like, it's both aggressive and like has lots of gas. As long as we keep getting that dude who gives us card draw. I didn't realize how that friggin' zombie mancer worked, and so I thought he was just being ridiculous when he played. Oh, not bad. This is a pretty good opener. Look, like, well, would that have been able to get rid? It wouldn't have been able to get rid of that guy. Never mind. I'm gonna keep these though. Nice early game. This was the kitty. It's a kitty with wings. Thought I heard him meow. Put the swamp out right away, because, well, this is an enchantment, not an instant. Gotta keep that in mind. Never mind. Infantry. Lots of early game here. Puts out a foreboding statue. Not too foreboding to me. Do I want to remove it? Am I afraid of that thing? Add 1 mana of any color, put an omen counter on it. it becomes a 5/5. I can... Yeah, I'm not afraid of it right now. It's ramp, kind of. He could have a 5-drop next turn. Maybe I do want to remove it. Let's hope he blocks. I don't think... He'd be crazy to block, but... I'm gonna remove it. I don't want him to have a 5-drop next turn. Especially since we're going aggro. And maybe he only has 3 mana. Maybe he was desperately hoping to have 4 mana. Okay, but he wouldn't, yeah, so he has his 4th mana. Oh, he has a Voice of the Blessed. So if he gangs life, he's going to be able to put +1/+1 counters on that. I have one of those as well, and I have yet to draw it this run. I'll attack with both creatures. I'm going real aggressive here. While I would like to play the trainee and the dissenter, no, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna play the trainee and the dissenter. Next turn, maybe Kindly Ancestor, then the turn after that, the Purifier to start getting card draw. Whenever Brine Comer enters the battlefield or becomes the target of an aura spell, create a 1/1 white spirit creature with flying. It has a disturb cost that brings it back as an enchantment that says whenever it enters the battlefield, it becomes the target of an aura. Okay. I have no lifelink yet. I'll be playing my Kindly Ancestor this turn after this attack phase. I'll get my trainer going here. Going real aggressive. Super aggressive. I'm surprised at the gas that this deck has. Again, the Purifier has obviously helped with that gas. I think that's a terrible card. I would never run this card, I feel. Yes, it has that +1/+1 counter thing, but that doesn't... No, that's a bad card. It has Vigilance. Fear of Death, enchanted creature. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards. Enchanted creature gets -X/-0, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So our Kindly Ancestor now is only a chump blocker, and I would like it to die soon. So we don't get to use the cool interaction with the Purifier yet, and for that reason I might keep the Purifier in my hand, because I don't want to lose him and the card draw associated with him. So everybody attack. Kindly Ancestor stay back as a chump. Won't be able to get her killed yet though. I don't think I have anything that can sacrifice a creature either. He has to chump block. Oh. Well, this helps. Oh. My ancestor would still be a... That sucks. This person's in a tough spot anyways. Running 2 Officiants. Very weak card. My trainee becomes a 3/4 because when it attacks with another creature that's more powerful than it, it gets a +1/+1 counter. So it keeps getting better as long as it's shadowing a more powerful creature. They never ended up getting the life gang they needed to pump up their Voice of the Blessed. I'm gonna bring up my 3/3 flyer. That one went well, but mostly because it was going poorly for them over there. I think ours was pretty good rollout, though, with a lack of removal, though. We didn't see removal yet again that we felt like we needed. I think facing down a pretty good rare. He was having a good sleep. Lisa's eating. Matches have been really fast. It looks like they have a good, solid player base. Because matches are always quick to get going. This is a terrible opening hand. Oh, that's sad. Mulligan. That's better. It's pretty sad when your deck peaks at 2 and you can't get a good opening hand without mulligan. Our double striker might help here. Or do I want to put it probably the double striker? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I want the double striker or the 2/2? Probably double strike, disturb. This gives me options later. Better than the Vampire Slayer does. And we don't know if they're gonna have vampires or not. Probably not, but this is pretty scary to face down right now. They have to pay 2 this turn if they want to attack with that, at least. I'll let it through. We have Life Gang to claw that back. We have lots of Life Gang to claw that back, so next turn I can remove that creature if I want. I might have to. I think I have to. Oh my god, I just dropped the wrong fucking thing. Alright, I didn't draw... I was gonna drop the swamp and remove that creature over there, but I guess this is what I'm doing now. Shit. I'll take another 5 damage. My god. That is not what I wanted to do. Shit. Okay, it wasn't a good start with that mulligan, but I made it worse by not playing the swamp. He didn't pay the extra mana. Why did he want to keep his mana open? For some... I want the card draw, so I'm gonna keep the chump block back. Which is web. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gangs. Okay. Well, that's fine. I just 2-for-1'd them. I was expecting like something. I just didn't know that that untapped a creature, so I don't get my card draw from that. But all right, so we're already clawing our life back, and we just 2-for-1'd them, so we're evening the card advantage already. It's daytime right now, meaning this is a 3/3. You may cast this as though it had flash. That doesn't matter. Nightbound. If it goes night, he's going to be a 6/3. Okay. We also have the Blood Fountain, so we know we can get our Purifier back if it's needed. I gotta keep my mana open. No, I don't. It's only during mine. I'm not gonna attack. We need to keep things that we can cast in our hand because we don't want it to become night. It's running an only green deck. So I might be able to give my lifelinker double strike if he comes in and I can chump block here, which will really start clawing me back some life. Does paying a disturb cost count as casting something in a turn to keep it day? Probably not, right? So at least if I do this, I'm gonna have to pay the disturb cost and play a Vampire Slayer next turn. If I chump block here. But at least I'm going to transform the farmer if I chump block. Oh, he's not going to do it. Okay. Oh, he passed it to make it an 8/4. That's why. That makes sense. I think I will attack with Undying Malice ready. I need card draw, I need answers, I need removal, so I need to attack. And I want to keep a chump blocker available. I don't need to keep the chump blocker available. I'll be getting a lot of life, gang. I'm not... no, I'm going to keep the chump blocker available. Let's keep this game within our grasp, but I'm going to play Undying Malice here. On one of my guys. Which means I will get card draw. Interesting. Knowing that I have the Blood Fountain, I don't mind using Undying Malice. I won't use the Blood Fountain now, though. I'm going to use it to bring back my Purifier if I have to. Do I play the Vampire Slayer as an additional try to get this game over with? I haven't played a card. I played Undying Malice, so it'll turn day right now if I do this. Yes, man, day-night, guys. It's so hard to figure out. So he has to pass again if he wants to make that, keep that thing powerful. Okay, so he kept his creatures back. I'll probably want to use my Blood Vial on that swamp. But if I do that, no, I probably don't, because then I won't be able to play my flyer right now. I don't want to pass the turn, that's for sure. Let's just get some board going here. I'm going to keep the swamp in hand. I don't want to lose any of my creatures right now, so I'm not going to do that. We're not in a like racing situation. We can't like out aggro him, I don't think. The life totals are too even though I have lifelink. I know that I can bring back my Markov Purifier. They come back into my hand though, so that's a slow bring back. He'll come back, but he's not going to be back available for another turn at least. Which I don't want to like, I want to keep this grip on the board right now. Oh, I know the reach, yeah. Which is unfortunate that he played that just now, but you know, whatever. It's okay. I'm honestly looking forward to chump blocking here so that I can get some double strike. He's gonna pass the turn. He's deciding like whether he should pass the turn, I think. And I'm also thinking he might want to move this pay 4 mana to move it over to the Reacher so that he has some defense against the flyer. That might be what he's debating as well. He has harder decisions to make than me. He's got 5 cards in hand, but I think he's mana screwed. So he might have a bunch of 5-drops in hand, which means maybe I should be considering more aggressive approach right now. Like if there's a late game coming, I'm in trouble considering I haven't drawn into my perfect removal. He just used 2 timeouts to keep this going. Has he gone? Has he disappeared? He really doesn't know what to do. Or he's left. Okay. So right off the bat, I want to get another card. I want to make a day, but I'll have to make 2 plays to make a day. This person's left. They're not even passing priority to me after a Blood Vial. This isn't how I want to win, because this was a good game. I thought I was enjoying how my deck was playing out. But if I have to win this way, I guess, because I also had to mulligan to start this game, right? Wait, was this game? Yes, it was. I think. Not how I wanted to win, but I think I had a good chance of winning without that. But whatever. Let's keep going. Firm handshakes indeed, Pyro Ninja. I'm up against an elephant again. Alright, not great, not bad. I'll keep it. Got early removal, put out the Vampire Slayer. We've yet to, despite running 3 Vampire Slayers, we've yet to face vampires, even though all of the previous drafts we've faced non-stop vampires. Whatever. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god, I just passed that turn by accidentally playing a swamp instead of a plains. God damn it. I wanted to play a Vampire Slayer or the fucking Parish Blade Trainee, and I accidentally slapped down another swamp, which made it so I couldn't. Alright, now we get to play things. I don't know, maybe now it'll be a Kindly Ancestor. The Vampire Slayer stays in my hand. And we're facing a white-green deck, so no vampires yet again. Circle of Confinement on my... Oh no. So unless I can destroy that Circle of Confinement, I can't access my Ancestor. That's too bad. And I don't think I have any way to do that either. Destroy that. Kind of a pseudo removal move here just so that I can be aggressive. They'll probably block. Man, if I hadn't passed that turn, I wouldn't be in a bad spot. Why didn't they block? Like, I guess they could beef up Kindly Ancestor, but Kindly Ancestor at this point is better for them dead. Okay, there's a Paladin, a 4/4. As long as you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature this turn, it gains trample and lifelink. Target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it gains trample and lifelink. So putting the imprisonment on that I can get rid of it next turn. I can exile it after this, and I can stay aggressive. They would be down to 8 life right now if I hadn't passed that turn earlier. Maybe even 6. Just one little misclick like that can just completely change the game. I'll play a land there. So it still has its ability for now. It doesn't really do much though for this turn. What the hell? Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, create a 1/1 green insect creature token, and then when it becomes night, it's going to become a 4/5 this thing. And now I can't be aggressive anymore because I can't get past this 3/4, and it's going to become night. Wow. Shit really didn't play out very well, did it? I'm getting mana flooded, but at least I got a blood token. Let's see what I can draw into. Removal? No removal. And I can't play anything, so I just gave her night. But look at all this mana I got for this fucking... I might take out an extra land between these games. We're facing another Voice of the Blessed. This is the second one. I've barely ever seen this card. And now that I've drafted one, I'm seeing it constantly. Alright, this is probably over. Even with that misplay, there wasn't a lot I was going to do with this mana flood, so... I'm going to take out a land. I'm going to put in one more thing. I don't know what. But I think I'm running 17 land. I think I could get away with running 16 lands with this curve. I think that was my original intention and I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, I'm running 17 lands. I'm going to take out a plains. Now I'm down to exactly 40 cards. I was running 41 for my Blood Fountain. I'm wondering how much I need the Blood Fountain. I was surprised to find that gas, I'm not running out of gas as much as I thought I might. This could punch through because it taps creatures that I don't control. Yeah, I think maybe with the aggression, I'm going to take out the Blood Fountain and put in the rescue. For the... But would I like to destroy artifacts and enchantments? I've faced some good ones already this run. Or do I want pseudo removal? This is also kind of like... No, I'm gonna run this Adamant Will as pseudo removal, and it lets me stay aggressive knowing that I can turn the tides in my favor. This is also removal, but it doesn't have the benefit of being extra damage to the face if I need to punch through. I still believe this is an aggressive deck. It just hasn't panned out that way yet, kind of. I think this should go more than 2 ends. I think this should go at least 3. I like this deck. I hate that we won one of our matches without getting to play it out, because I thought that was going to be a really interesting ending. Yeah, I'm not running the black removal because I already have lots of removal, I feel, and I just put in an extra piece of pseudo removal that I feel has more versatility than that piece of black removal. I have, like, let me reconsider. Let me think about that. The reason I didn't play it was because of the amount of removal I was running already. Like, if you look, and I wanted to run all my creatures because I have lots of stuff that comes back. Parasitic Grasp, yeah, 3 damage to a creature. I want Undying Malice in there to bring back my best creatures that have been really MVPs for me. It's true that removal... Yeah, alright, Parasitic Graft, that would work better than, yeah. Thanks for giving me a second perspective. 16 lands, that's all we need. We don't have anything that costs over 4 mana. We only need a 2-land opening hand. That's all we want from our opening hand. 3 is not ideal, but we'll take it. We have early drops. Here we go. Let's go aggro. No turn 1 play for us, though. Let's not miss a turn this time. Got a really aggressive intro. Holy fuck. Wow. What a rollout for him. Yeah, they did miss dealing 1 damage, didn't they? They could have attacked. I hope he runs out of gas here. And I really hope that he can't trigger that thing more than once. I should probably remove it if I can, but once again, I'm not drawing into removal. The Sigurd's Imprisonment will do nothing to get rid of his ability. I need actual removal. Put out the Vampire Slayer. Let's hope we get my third mana. I mean my fourth. I don't need it, but it would be nice. Running what looks like a really well-tailored zombie deck. If he doesn't attack yet again with that Skull Scab, I'll know that he's definitely waiting to do some more. Fuck. He has more exploit. At least I'll give him less exploit targets by doing this, by chump blocking. But he also has the little guy waiting in his graveyard to come back. So far, he's got card advantage. He's had one more favorable trade because he traded a token, and his persistent specimen can come back. It's expensive, his favorable trade, but he does have the favorable trades. He thinks I'll run out of gas. He thinks I'm gonna lose the game of people on the ground. Did he reveal it? Does he have any more? He does. Fuck me, he got a good draft for zombies. At least we have a good blocker now. All right. Exiling. Let's get rid of that persistent specimen. I didn't even think about that. That's a nice utility that he has against a lot of decks. I really kind of forgot about that bonus ability for him to get rid of persistent specimen. I'm also going to be able to beef up my Diregraph Scavenger. What just happened? I don't know what that was. Probably want to get rid of that Skull Scab right now before I even like try to be. I don't even want to be cheeky and pretend I can't. I'm just gonna get rid of it right now while he has no mana open. I know I should have maybe done the attack phase first, knowing that he would never block with it or anything like that, but I'm just, what are you gonna do, dude? You have nothing. You have nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Just let me play. And then I guess I'll play... I don't know that this is worth playing on the Scavenger. I want to be aggressive, but I don't think I'm in that position yet. Maybe next turn when if I wanted to attack with Perish Blade Trainee and get it starting to get pumped. But for now, no. I'm glad I kept Sigard's imprisonment now that I think about 5 drops coming. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of those cards in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. So he spent a turn getting some answers. He has the zombie in his hand, and he has 1 other card in his hand right now, and he's about to have 3 cards I can't see in his hand, with the 2/1 zombie sitting there. The fact that he hasn't played that right now tells me that's the last one he has. I don't think he had that great of a draft, maybe. Otherwise, I would have put that out there sooner than later. He can also discard that guy. it only triggers when it dies, not when it goes to the graveyard, but discard a card, draw a card, discard a creature, draw a card. So we can put creatures into his graveyard for free if he feels like it. That works with stuff like Persistent Specimen. Screaming Swarm, flying. Whenever you attack with one or more creatures, target player mills that many cards. Put Screaming Swarm from your graveyard into your library, second from the top. You can pay to do so as an instant. And it doesn't need to attack. He's attacking. I'll take it. He's thinking I would trade because I've traded every time so far. But now I'm not. I feel like I'm in the advantageous position now to start being aggressive. You gonna bounce? You don't have bounce. You don't have bounce. Don't pretend you do. I don't even think there's a 1 blue mana bounce in this set. I know that Unsummon is in Standard, but it's not in this set. Don't mess around. Just let me play. Come on. Oh, shit. He had to discard, but he what? I don't know why his discard didn't work. Why didn't his discard work? Oh, because he didn't pay X. He only paid 1 blue. Oh no. Oh no. He only played 1 blue. He didn't pay X. If he paid just 1 X, that would have been a counterspell. He doesn't want to. Okay, he doesn't have to top block. He takes 4 to the face. All right, so we have Sigarda's Imprisonment, which isn't going to work against this Swarm in terms of milling me, nullifying its milling ability. Until I can exile it with an extra mana a turn later. So if I'm afraid of that, I do have a slow answer to it if I'm afraid of being milled. I don't know that I'm being afraid of being milled, especially since I have board advantage, so I don't think, well, now I don't have board advantage, but I'm on the aggressive side. He's not. I don't think that he's going to be attacking with a bunch of creatures each turn to mill me. He just discarded his Wretched Throng to bring out Evolving Wilds. Oh, just to draw a card. Now he's thinning his deck. Still got Screaming Swarm in his hand. He doesn't have the mana for it. Next turn he will. 6. I would like to have an answer that is faster than Sigard's Imprisonment, but I don't. If I were to attack with Perish Blade Trainee right now, he'll probably take it down with the Death Touch. I'm not sure that's a good trade for me or not. To stay aggressive, I think it is a good trade for the sake of staying aggressive right now. And then I will... Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to use the Imprisonment. So it becomes a 3/4. It can still die to the Death Touch. Oh, we're going to trade Death Touch instead. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense, but... kind of actually, I was getting tunnel vision there, thinking that he wouldn't want to trade his Death Touch. It makes sense. This thing can keep getting pumped, but now it can't because I don't have something powerful enough to do it. So yeah, I'd say a bit of a misplay on my part. But now I can attack for 6 each turn. Cruel Witness just came out. Flying, 3/3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. Now I'll probably use imprisonment. I can't play... Oh, I can play the imprisonment and fly past in the same turn. So yeah, I'm not afraid of the milling. They'll be able to put the 4/4 next turn now. But I think I'll draw in. Might not need to fly, you're saying? If I don't fly, I'll be able to play my Twin Blade Geist. Whoa, what did he just do? He just put... Why? He just put his Swarm into the second card from the top on his library. That has no other benefit. It was in the grave? It was in the graveyard. Oh, I didn't know that. Did he discard and put it into the graveyard? I thought it was in exile. It had to be in exile, otherwise he couldn't... Wait, I don't know how it works, actually, now that I think of it. He has nothing he can play. So yeah, I would rather not pay for the flying. I'll let him chump block. This gets trained. And now I get to play my Twin Blade. I think the Twin Blade's the right play, because I'd like to... I would actually prefer he be in the graveyard right now. But, we'll get him in the graveyard soon. Strike me down now and I'll be more comeback. I'll return... I don't know what the quote is. Hero's Downfall is ready. That's beautiful. I'm in a pretty good position now that I drew into Hero's Downfall. Yeah, I guess I'll just attack with everything, and I actually want Twin Blade Geist to go to the graveyard now. He's not worth much to me alive. But if he lets him through, then it's 2 more to the face. And at this point, I'm actually going to pay for the flyer. I don't want any more chump blocks. I'm happy to pay for the flying. And get some face. Let's finish this game, especially since I have Hero's Downfall in hand. He's not going to block the Twin Blade Geist. He knows that I want it in the graveyard. Of course, I pretty much signaled that, right? And he's gonna chump block it anyway, because he doesn't want 2 to the face. So next turn I can play Double Strike onto any of my creatures, which I'll probably put on my flyer. Or maybe I'll put it on the Twin Blade Trainee. Just so that I don't have all my eggs in one basket. Things were looking a little shaky at the beginning, but I think we're in a good spot here. I'll put out the Vampire Slayer now, just to have an extra piece of board. Should I have just kept the mana open to be able to use Hero's Downfall if I need it? What did he just do? Oh, he was afraid that I would have an answer for the... That's why he didn't play it earlier. He thought I might have an answer for Bleed Dry. He got rid of the 3/4 instead of the flyer that could give flying. And now I have Hero's Downfall plus Double Strike. I'm at least attacking for 3 next turn. If I can draw into a mana, I have lethal next turn. And I did, so I win. That's it. Unless I'm misunderstanding his side of the board, I'm not. Good game.
Oh, lethal anyways because of the flying the 2/2. I could have won that way too. I wasn't really thinking of that. True. I was so excited for the double strike, so I didn't think of that. Hey, hop up here. That wasn't a BM, I just was really excited for the double strike and forgot about the giving of flying. I like this deck, and I think that it deserved 3 wins. I'm not sure it can, like, it's funny because the entire reason we went into white spirits is because of a rare card that we drew in our first deck. In our first pack we picked, first pick. He's right there on the box. And we still haven't drawn him once. Not even once. So that's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. I'll be back. Did Hugo keep the show going? Alright, let's see what we can do with this deck. I think, despite the fact that we've done well so far with this deck, okay, I think it's better than what we've seen. I really do. Not a horrible rollout. Let's keep it. I would love to get our rare 2-drop in one of our opening hands. Maybe I'll draw into him. Let's hope the next card is that rare 2-drop that sent us into this deck, into making this deck. Nope. I think Twin Blade's better on the first turn, the first play. It can also do 2 damage to the face, but it has a cheaper disturb cost, which means it is more likely to be coming back for the other one. This just came out of Flyer, but it has to transform into it. It's a Soul Cipher board, enters the battlefield with 3 Omen counters on it. Play 2 mana, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them in your graveyard. When a creature card is put into your graveyard this way from anywhere, move an Omen counter from it. It has no counters on it, transform it. Then it becomes a 3/2 that can block only creatures with flying, but he can draw 2 cards a turn and discard a card. Wow, a lot going on there. Oh, there's our 2/2. Do we want to play him now? Whenever you gang life, I'm going to put out Kindly Ancestor this turn and play him on the 4th turn. So she'll be ready to gang the life and start putting counters on him right away.
If you could gang life twice in the turn that he comes out, you immediately get a 4/4 flyer with vigilance. And he becomes indestructible on the 10th counter that's put on him. But at that point, you've probably already won the game. Ah, shit. He's milling himself, and he just dissipated my kindly ancestor, which means I can't even cast her lifelink cloak. So I might want to hold on to Voice of the Blessed for now. Let's keep on playing our 2/2s. I won't attack with her. I need her dead. I want her family dead. Oh shit, why didn't I get to... Oh, yeah, I didn't have enough mana. I thought I had 4 mana. That's alright. 3/2, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it's a human wizard, create a 1/1 white spirit creature. Okay, I don't want him gumming up the board because I'm being aggressive, so I'm going to play Parasitic Grasp. The human element came in to help me here. Wish I had my 4th mana. So it's whenever a creature goes to the graveyard, that's fun, the double strike, from anywhere, you remove an omen counter. So if he lose, 2 more creatures have to die, and then he gets this 3/2 flyer that gives him card draw, but that's not that good. Do I want to get the flyer ready? I think so. First I'll attack with my infantry. You know what? I'm attacking with both because I want the Twin Blade Geist dead for next turn. I want to put the double strike on the cavalry. So I'm okay with losing the Twin Blade right now. Like I said earlier, the Twin Blade is more valuable to me in the graveyard. Instant, what? What? What'd you do? Becomes a 5/5 with base power and toughness of 5. Oh, until end of turn, so he just spent a card to do that. He has 1 card left in hand. And I get to play my flyer, which will do 4 damage to the face next turn if it goes unanswered in the air. And because he saved this, he still has 2 counters on his Soul Cipher board, so it's another turn from becoming a 3/2 flyer to block. At least another turn, if not more. What do you have in hand? I'd love to see it so that I'm very confident. As soon as I know what that last card is, I can do whatever I want based on the knowledge. So here's so the other card that he looked at is still on the top of the library. It's not card draw, keep that in mind. Consuming Tide. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen in this way to their owner's hands. Then you draw a card for... If I choose my Kindly Ancestor, that means that their fear goes back to their hand, which means I get my Kindly Ancestor back. I believe that is true, and it was. And now I have a double striking lifelinker. They got back Fear of Death, which they can't play this turn. But I know that it can 2-for-1 my lifelinking, so I might not want to put double strike on my Kindly Ancestor. But anyways, that all worked out better for me than them, I believe. So I know that they can do Fear of Death. So I should probably put out more bodies than less bodies so that I can get by. Because I know he has a perfect one card answer. I shouldn't be giving him this much information, but whatever. He knows they're kind of, he knew that they were in my hand, so whatever. If I get another mana, I can put double strike on the Kindly Ancestor and get 2 counters on the Voice of the Blessed guy in the first turn he comes out, which will make him a 4/4 flyer. But he's probably going to play Fear of Death on Kindly Ancestor again right now. But that's fine, because otherwise he was going to play Fear of Death on Voice of the Blessed when it came out anyways, so that would have nullified it regardless. So the Soul Cipher still isn't a 3/2 flyer. Now he has a 2/2 out there. He can't play this unless he exiles a creature card from his graveyard. His entire deck seems to be based on having creatures in his graveyard, and yet he didn't get that. All right, so Voice of the Blessed comes out now. Now he has a choice. Get rid of my double striking. Like, basically, I know that Voice of the Blessed is going to be answered pretty harshly. Oh, I can't play it in the same turn, so never mind. Never mind. I didn't think of the mana requirements. Do I have lethal? No, I don't. I might soon. Probably gonna play my cavalry this turn after I attack with everything. I don't have lethal this turn, but maybe next turn. Oh, the blue outline means he's in the graveyard. So it's the fact that he can be exiled that it's letting me know that it's a possibility. Finally got his 3/2. It's been a rough game for them, I think. I think that their deck is probably better than this, but didn't get the right cards in the right order. It can only defend flyers, but I'm probably going to remove it next turn anyways, or at least put the imprisonment on it. What's his answers? He's got Fear of Death to nullify. Oh, he's got this guy, a bling version of him, a 3/3 flyer. So he has at least one blocker next turn. This gets trained if it attacks with something more powerful, which it does. There is nothing more powerful. But Fear of Death goes on my flyer. Okay. Lots of options here. This can still attack and give flying. Am I playing long game? I don't think I am. Fear of Death has been played, so now I can like be kind of more confident. Does he want to? I can only kill one of those. This might not have been the right play. Shit. Whatever. Oh, I forgot about the Undying Malice, so maybe it is an okay play. Interesting. Huh.
So I think I don't know. I'm a little bit like, if I'd used the pacifism, could I have had lethal? I think I forgot about the pacifism because I was thinking so much of using it on. There's too many things to consider now, and I'm like thinking 2 turns behind. I'm like thinking about the things I wanted to do earlier. Well, anyways. Considering they have no answers in hand, that's game. I guess I'll... Yay! We still didn't get to play our 2-2. There was no opportunity, I suppose, to make him awesome, so I didn't play him. Yeah, I think I like overthought myself into some weird situations in my head there, because I did draw it though. Yeah, I think I was so obsessed with triggering him with double strike on the life linker, and then I was kept on thinking about using the pacifism. So I was thinking of many scenarios that weren't going to happen and didn't happen. Sometimes when you think so much of what is going to play out, that if it doesn't play out, it's like your head gets stuck in that loop that it is still the thing that you're hoping for. This looks like okay. Starting hand. I'm not going to risk milling this. It's not a super strong opening hand, but it's not worth milling for. I mean, mulliganing for. It's a very cute avatar that they are using with the frog on the shoulder. And we have yet to face vampires. During our black-red run, we faced nothing but vampires. And now we're running 3 vampire slayers and we can't find a vampire to save our life. Magic. So if he decides to discard, they can bring that fleeting spirit back. They've decided not to discard. It doesn't do damage though before it gets flickering away. If it flickers, it's not gonna do the damage in battle, so you're discarding a card just to keep it alive. There's not a huge reason to do that. If it could do its damage then get exiled, like if it had first strike or something, that'd be crazy. Uh-oh. Still not gonna attack though, okay. I'll make that trade. They have 1 white open, which is there... I think there's a white card that could save. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna be aggressive, but I think they can save that fleeting spirit even after it does damage potentially, or like I could get 1 for 1 here. No, I didn't, so it's okay. They don't have any answer that in that type of that type. It can deal damage first if he exiles it. If he exiles 3 cards from the graveyard to give it first strike. Huh? Oh, there it is. Exile 3 cards from the graveyard to get first strike, so he can do that. All right. Well, there. Now I understand the card. Don't let it become night. I wish this was a. This should also be a werewolf slayer. It should be able to. I feel like they should be able to do both. I have to make plays. I don't want to make it night. It looks like we're going to be staring each other down for a little bit because I don't want to give him
the choice of blocks here. He's not low enough on health, even though I wouldn't mind it if the infantry died. I'm still not willing to go down that road, especially with only 3 mana open. I'm just gonna keep on playing cards to keep that from transforming. Uh-oh. Okay, that's okay though, because I have Life Gang. I'm alright with racing like this, I think. $11 damage. I don't know if I am okay with this, but I'm gonna try. I've got chump blockers coming. I didn't get in another swamp, which is a bitch. This one will be down to the wire, whatever happens. 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I just lost. It was a good run. It was a crazy round without having any kind of answer. Like, do I have the chumps? Oh, I do have the chumps. I thought that I was thinking of them all as being flying. I think it's time. Well, do I, what do I want to do here actually? Like, I could go through for, if he does 8, I don't think there's anything in this that can give him 5 face right now. So now I might win. Man. Wait, does that have trample? What do you mean he may have the trample thing? Oh, the instant trample thing. So block 2, but if I don't, okay. But I have, you're right. All right. Because if he does have the trample thing, he has lethal. If he doesn't, and I gambled that he didn't, I might have had lethal next turn, but now I don't. Oh, I do have lethal, unless he has a blocker. And now he can fight a creature. And I didn't get my removal. I didn't get any removal. Game. I don't want to play it out. It's over. There's nothing I have that could save me from that board. It was a good run. Plus, my brain has stopped working. I've been like making a lot of mistakes towards the end here. Yeah, Gromlet, but there's still, even with the death, that nothing was going to happen in my favor. I needed at least 2 pieces of removal and extra mana to do it. It wasn't going to happen. I got pretty bad luck that run. I think the deck did well, but bad luck in terms of getting removal in my hand when I needed it, even though I was running 4 pieces. You know, this set has a lot more removal in it than previous sets, and I think that probably Wizards has done that on purpose in order to make the limited game better. I think that was good of them, because it used to be when you played drafts, it really, all it came down to was whoever had the bombs and who had the answers to bombs. And if you didn't have answers, you were screwed.
if you're facing bombs. And if you didn't have, even if you weren't facing bombs, you still kind of potentially died if you couldn't answer just big beef late game, or you needed answers. If you didn't have removal, most games came down to who had the good removal or not. And I feel like by adding more removal to the set, they've made it so that the draft became less about that aspect of drafting, and I'm glad they did that. They put a lot of work into revamping limited, yeah. So I've been from my first draft a few days ago or last week. I've been, I think, maybe overvaluing removal a little bit because of my old ways of thinking of how Magic used to be designed. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Lots of removal options, even for stuff like green. Even green has some decent pseudo removal in its set, so. But mostly, you don't want to run a mono green deck unless you're insanely good, aggressive curving. Like, yeah, anyways, there's lots of thoughts on that. They've gotten good at making sets fun to draft. That's really nice that they're paying a lot of attention to the limited game, because maybe they realized that the limited game was making them money. You know, it used to be, I felt like the limited game was the, like, sort of disregarded, or just like a side silly fun thing that most players didn't regard as actual. It was just a thing to do with your packs instead of just straight up opening them. I remember watching as people would open boxes, and I was like, you could be drafting with those boosters could be drafted. Like, why just open them? Let's do a draft. Thanks, Pyro Ninja. Yeah, I think it was fun. Again, I made some mistakes. I'm still getting familiar with the cards. I forget a lot of little bits of rules on each card. Sometimes I just haven't even read them properly yet. And as I said, even once I've learned the cards fully, I'm still going to make these mistakes, because I am not a brilliant tactician. I like tactics, but I'm not somebody who, I would never be good at poker. I would never be good at counting cards. My brain can't hold a cache of too many things at once, and I don't want to, honestly. I like just kind of going with my gut sometimes, which is why I also like the timer. I'm glad there's a timer, honestly, because like, while it makes it a bit more difficult for a new player having a timer, I used to face opponents in the physical game, especially blue decks or something that locked up the board. I would face guys who just sit there. We would have like 14 creatures on the board each. And I know that he knows, based on his head math, when the right time is to go aggro. I know he knows the exact calculation or something like that, like some sort of a poker card counter, like. And I'm there, I'm like, I'm not even gonna start to try, man. Like, fuck that shit. So, the worst part is you have to sit there and wait as they do their head math for, like, sometimes, like, there's no time limits. So sometimes you had to wait, like, I think that, like, during tournaments they had, like, round match time limits of, like, 30 to 40 minutes, so that not everybody at the tournament had to wait on this one game. But, anyways, turns could, like, he could just sit there and think and think and think and do all his head math, and I would never want to do such a thing. So having timers takes away power from players like that who want to have a gummed up board of 20 creatures apiece and see if they can outmath you to the point where they know exactly when they should attack. I've never faced an egg deck yet. I've seen the eggs. I've wanted to draft them. I faced one egg in one draft at one time, but it didn't do much. I was afraid of the egg as soon as I saw it, so I destroyed it. What's Wedding Crashers? A 60 card standard draft.
Or not a draft, just 60. Nah, I don't want to do such a thing. Huh. So anyways, yeah, it was fun though. I really enjoy Magic. I'm glad. Like, it's, again, on one hand, I pine for the simplicity of Hearthstone, but on the other hand, when you're playing limited, at least, crazy card interactions where you know that the person you're facing has a master plan and that you don't understand, that's not happening in draft, which I like. I hated facing decks like that where they're doing weird things and you don't understand why, and then they do some crazy card interaction and they win the game because you didn't know what their win condition even was. And I know that's fun for some players. I don't like facing it because I don't like doing the research to find out what cards are out there for a meta, like, type of trick deck thing, or, you know, even if it's not a trick deck, I just don't want to know the meta. I never want to know the meta. Too much thinking. Too much time investment and mind investment. So I really love draft. Okay, guys. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow is a Fantasy Star Online show. What's going on here? The guys called you nerd for playing, yeah. I never convinced them to play with me, no. Alright. See y'all later. Bye-bye. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow, Fantasy Star Online show. It should be a fun hangout, just chill show, because I'm going to be doing a lot of work to get my character built up for the upcoming Fantasy Star update. And then we'll be doing another show with Sega late this month, a few days before Christmas, I think. Oh, that won't be live though, so well, yeah, you'll see that probably later on. But anyways, yeah, chill out show tomorrow with Fantasy Star Online and Quackerjack. See you there.